Hi, welcome to the 2025 3-and-A Draft Lottery. I'm Wyatt, the commissioner.
I'm Isaiah.
I'm Mason. Let's dive right in. So here are our first pick odds. This is every team's percentage to land the first pick this year. The first pick in this year's 3-and-A draft is highly sought after, people offering large sums of money up to $800 just to receive a higher chance to get the first pick.
That's right. And then do you see the top three teams? These are teams that tanked last season, didn't win very many games, didn't have great seasons. Then you see these bottom two teams. These are the two teams that were in the championship last year.
You guys might notice the Shockers actually have 2 first-round picks. That's due to a trade that happened between the Gators and the Shockers last season. So, yeah, Landon, take it away.
Thank you, Wyatt. And picking 12th in the 2025 3-and-A draft, we have the Shockers. Picking 11 in this year's draft, we have the Vipers. Moving on to number 10 in this year's draft, pick will be made by the Bombers. Moving on to number 9, pick will be made by the Palms. Selecting 8 in this year's draft, we have the Wraith. Moving on to 7, we have the Rim Reapers. Picking number 6 in this year's draft, we have the Polar Bears. Moving on to number 5, we have Dunk Dynasty. And finally, at pick number 4, we have the Party Animals.
Thank you, Landon. That was exciting to say the absolute least. What's your guys' thoughts so far?
I think the biggest thing I noticed is the Ministry of Darkness jumping up. I mean, with a player like Lewis, we've heard a lot about him, that he's just really tall and strong, and having the first overall pick potentially could be huge for the Ministry of Darkness.
I know if you're Wyatt Lindemann right now, you are not happy. He tanked all season last season, and now he's not in the top 3 teams.
Number 1 odds getting the 4th overall pick is rough.
Shockers exactly where they're expected to be. But
who do you guys think will get the first pick out of these 3 teams?
I think the Ministry of Darkness are going to keep defining all odds. I think they're going to go all the way for
that
the
would
first
be
pick.
something. I'm going to go with the Shockers. I love Gabe. I want it for him. He's got 12.5. That's a good chance.
All right, I guess I'll go with the Cyclones. Ben is just one of the bigger bodies in this league, and but we know he can get tired really easily, so maybe he can get just some really players with a lot of stamina to come around him if he gets the first overall pick.
All right. Take it away for these last 3 picks, Landon.
All right, thank you, Wyatt. And picking number 3 in the 2025 3-and-A draft, we have the Shockers. Picking 2nd in this year's draft, we have the Ministry of Darkness. And that means with the number 1 pick in the 2025 3-and-A draft, we have the Cyclones.
Oh my freaking gosh. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
For Ben Bryant, the number 1 pick of the 3-and-A draft. What are your guys' thoughts?
Ben's got to be jumping for joy right now, but Lewis still did pretty good. Ministry of Darkness defining odds a little bit more, getting that 2nd pick, so I'm sure he's pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they started off at like 8th or 9th, really jumping all the way. That was the biggest jump we saw, and I think that's going to pay off huge for him.
It's not like the first pick to the 3rd pick is that much of a drop-off, so he can't be mad. He jumped up a lot.
So between those 3 teams, Gabe had the highest odds with the Shockers, and he ended up getting the 3rd pick, didn't he?
That is tough. That was my guess, was Gabe.
Yeah, I think also like for someone like Gabe though, having the 3rd pick could be what he wants. The player drop off from maybe that last guy to that 3rd guy might be the difference, and he might actually want that 3rd to last pick in the 2nd round.
Gabe's not jumping off any walls right now, but he's got 2 first-round picks, and he's doing just fine. That's what I'll say.
Well, Mason, looks like you were right with your guess on the Cyclones. Really happy for Ben Bryant. Hopes he's probably gonna have a great season.
Really quick, who do you guys think Ben will pick with that number 1 pick?
I think he's gonna go for his brother Brandon Bryant. I think they've got chemistry built up from a young age, and I think it'd be just a great team.
He definitely could do that.
I think he could do that. But brothers can just like fight sometimes on the court. I've seen that. We saw that with you and Weston on the Squishmallows.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I think maybe he might go with Landon. Landon is probably the consensus number 1 pick for most people, and I think he might just stick with the quote unquote easy pick and go with Landon.
Yeah,
I can totally see that happening. Well, thank you, Mason, for joining us. And, Isaiah, you're always here. But
of course, yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.